High Sierra Trail Day 4. We started from the campsite we stopped at last night down in Kern Valley, and we only went 9.5-ish miles today up to the ranger station at Crabtree Meadow. This was a fairly easy day because it was so short compared to our other miles, but it started raining on us about halfway through and did not stop, and it is still raining. So that's part of the reason we stopped where we are, just because we're pretty high up at elevation and we were getting really cold and wet. And so we just set up our tent when we got here, and now we're warm and cozy and sheltering from the rain. It's hailing. Just little bitty ones. Tomorrow morning we are going to hopefully summit Mount Whitney, which is the tallest mountain in the lower 48 states, and then we will start making our descent, and probably will be splitting the descent into 2 days, just because it's such a hard hike. So right now we're just kind of hoping the rain's gonna stop so we can get out and make some warm food, and that's where we are right now. So we've got plenty of time to chill and read, which will be a nice cozy afternoon. So you can see on the mountain right here, there's like a line of smoke coming up. There was a rock slide, a huge one that we just saw. It sounded like thunder, and that's the aftermath. It's just like the smoke or the dust from all those rocks. It was so loud. It was really incredible to see, but wow, so glad we were this far away because that was really scary. We just finished the High Sierra Trail. Oh my gosh. We're sore all over and super stoked. Today was amazing. Probably the most beautiful day of hiking either of us have ever had before. And we're stoked at the prospect of getting a shower. Hopefully tonight. We're right now at Whitney Portal, which is like a nice day use area, and right at the bottom of the trail was this little store that had burgers and beer, so that was excellent. And right now we're just kind of at the bottom of the parking lot, hoping to hitchhike down to a hostel in town, which would be another 6-mile walk, and we don't want to do that.
Oh, the hostel in town?
Yeah.
That's like a 30-mile drive.
Oh my god, okay, it's apparently 30 miles away.
Maybe not that far, but it's pretty far.
It's a long way. It's more than we want to hike after just finishing that trail. So the people here are really friendly, so I don't think it'll be an issue, but it's my first time hitchhiking, so that's kind of cool. We had an awesome day. We were hoping to get up at, I think we set our alarms for 3:30 a.m. So that we could summit Mount Whitney before the afternoon storms come in. And every time when we woke up, it was pouring rain, and so we kept setting our alarm for an hour later, an hour later, an hour later, and it was still raining every time. So we finally got up around 7 when there was a lull, and just packed up all our stuff and got ready and left, and then hiked to Trail Crest, which is where you either come down off the mountain on the other side or go up to the summit of Mount Whitney, which is another 2 miles. And it was very cloudy and very windy, and it was like sleeting rain, and we were freezing. And we saw some people who had just come off the trail down from the summit, and we were like, well, was it worth it? And they were like, fuck no, it wasn't. They were like, it's super cloudy, you can't see any of the sights, and it's just cold and windy and wet. So we decided, unfortunately, not to summit Mount Whitney this time. So we just came down from Trail Crest, and it was super beautiful. We were planning on camping at Outpost Camp, which is about 3 miles from the end of the trailhead. But because we ended up not summiting, that cut like 4 miles off of our day, and so we came down all the way to the end of the trail, and we're done now. It's been a great day, and I'll check in with more details later. Hey, it's the same day we got off the High Sierra Trail a little while ago. We hitchhiked down into Lone Pine and got an awesome place at the Lone Pine Hostel, which is on Main Street, so you can see all the traffic behind me and the noise. But the view is incredible, and that mountain right there that the telephone pole is pointing to is Mount Whitney, the tallest mountain in the lower 48 states, which we were on today. So that's pretty rad. We're showered, we feel very refreshed and tired. And so now we're gonna find somewhere to do laundry and just chill. Tomorrow's a rest day, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hey, this is Sunday of our trip, which I guess makes it day 7, 8? I think it's day 8. We're in Bishop, California at the Hostel, California, which is pretty awesome. After we got off the trail 2 days ago, we hitchhiked down the mountain to Lone Pine, got the hostel, and the next day we checked out, we did some laundry, we got a great breakfast, and then found out that the shuttle to Bishop, which was our next destination, only runs Monday through Friday. And so we called the hostel in Bishop that we had reservations for and asked what they recommended, and they said hitchhiking was a great way to get there. So we walked down the road in Lone Pine and stuck out our thumbs, and it only took us about 30 or 40 minutes, I think, standing by the gas station to get a ride. And it was a dad and his like high school age son that picked us up, and they were super friendly. They'd never picked up any hitchhikers before, so it was new experiences all around. They dropped us off right at the hostel, and so we've been here the last 2 days. We're doing meal planning for our last leg of the trip into Yosemite. This is our stockpile of what was left after the High Sierra Trail, and we're just making a list of things we need to pick up from the grocery store because we're heading to Yosemite tomorrow. Have just been taking it super easy, been resting, catching up on laundry, and checked out some new restaurants. I went to a bookstore, which was super cool. Restocked some of our grocery supplies, and tomorrow morning very early we are checking out and headed to the bus stop, and we will catch a ride to Mammoth Lakes, and then from there catch a different shuttle service to Tuolumne Meadows Visitor Center in Yosemite, and there we will pick up our backcountry permit to get into Yosemite National Park. So very excited. We've had a really fun couple of days, and feeling really refreshed and ready to get back into the wilderness. I also finished reading Cyberiad today by Stanislaw Lem, and it improved after my last check-in about it. I thought it was repetitive in the middle, but it picked up again at the end, and it was a super just fun, kind of whimsical read. Reminded me a lot of Douglas Adams' style of writing, and it covered some really like fun, deep philosophical
thoughts and conversations, but kind of hid them in just like silly stories from the perspective of robots, which was just a fun concept. Tonight, I'm going to be picking up my next book, which is going to be Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, and I'll check in about that as I go along.